Deep beneath the earth, hidden in the shadows of time, lie the secrets of the Zapotec people. Their tombs whisper stories of a mysterious underworld, a place where the dead journeyed after life. This is not just a tale of darkness, but a world filled with gods, spirits, and trials that the soul must face. Today, we venture into the myths of the Zapotec tombs, uncovering the beliefs of an ancient civilization that saw death not as an end, but as a passage to another existence. The Zapotec civilization flourished in what is now Oaxaca, Mexico, over 2,000 years ago. They built great cities, towering pyramids, and intricate tombs for their rulers and nobles. But their greatest creations were not just made of stone. They were the stories that explained life, death, and what lay beyond. For the Zapotec, the underworld was not a single place, but a layered realm filled with challenges and divine judges. According to the myths, when a person died, their soul began a dangerous journey. The path to the underworld was not easy. The soul had to cross rivers, face fierce spirits, and overcome tests set by the gods. The first challenge was the River of the Dead, a dark and swirling waterway that separated the world of the living from the realm of the dead. Without the proper offerings or guidance, a soul could be lost forever in its currents. After crossing the river, the soul would meet a guardian, a fearsome creature, part animal, part spirit, that tested the worthiness of the dead. Some stories speak of a great dog with glowing eyes, while others tell of a monstrous jaguar. Only those who had lived with honor and courage could pass. The wicked or cowardly would be devoured, their souls destroyed. Beyond the guardian lay the Hall of Judgment. Here, the gods of the underworld sat in silence, waiting to weigh the deeds of the dead. The Zapotec believed in balance, good and evil, light and dark. The gods measured a person's life, not just by their actions, but by their intentions. Had they been kind? Had they respected the gods and their ancestors? Had they contributed to their people? The answers decided their fate. Those who passed the judgment were granted peace in the deepest layer of the underworld, a place of rest and reunion with their ancestors. But for others, the journey was not over. Some souls were doomed to wander the upper layers, trapped between worlds as restless spirits. Others were sent back to the living world, reborn to try again. The tombs of the Zapotec rulers were built as gateways to this underworld. The walls were painted with scenes of gods and monsters, maps of the journey the soul must take. Offerings of food, jewels, and weapons were placed inside, gifts to help the dead on their way. Some tombs even held the remains of servants, buried alive to accompany their master into the afterlife. One of the most famous Zapotec tombs is the tomb of the Jaguar, found in the ancient city of Monte Alban. Here, the walls are covered in carvings of jaguars, symbols of power and the underworld. The jaguar was believed to be a guide, leading the soul through the darkness. Another tomb, known as the Tomb of the High Priest, shows a mural of the gods of death, their skeletal faces watching over the dead. But the underworld was not just a place of fear. The Zapotec saw it as a necessary part of existence, a cycle as natural as the rising and setting of the sun. Death was not the enemy. It was a transformation, a step in the eternal movement of the universe. Over time, the Zapotec civilization faded, their cities abandoned to the jungle. But their tombs remained, silent and waiting. When archaeologists uncovered these burial sites centuries later, they found not just bones and treasures, but echoes of a people who believed deeply in the journey of the soul. Today, the myths of the Zapotec tombs remind us of an ancient truth, that death is not the end, but a passage. The underworld is not just a place of shadows, but a realm of trials, judgments, and, for those who prove worthy, eternal peace. Zapotec understood what many have forgotten, that how we live decides where we go when the final journey begins. And so, the tombs still stand, their stories carved in stone, waiting for those who dare to listen. The underworld of the Zapotec is not lost. It is merely hidden, waiting beneath our feet in the dark and sacred earth.